their main objective for establishing the channel might not be to promote music, to promote these other things. Maybe it was to promote Lawson Herbal. But along the line,
I will say BB count
because you bought your products and then so now we are sharing the same about 30 million Ghanaians. No? We are sharing with these other media houses. What in our own special way can we do to tap into their audience, to tap into their numbers? What can we also do to say that, yes, we are in the trends? That is exactly what they did. Looked for someone, brought the person in. You say, you are Pop Smoke, let's do something. They did it, took the clip, put it out there. I don't even think they were thinking this will go as far as it is going.
You see, and to think, even if you want to turn this whole thing, you see your Hima Asante, the content that she created on this, she could have also given it to another person who was upcoming.
Oh my world.
But she also came to reiterate. Yes, she talked about it, expressed disappointment. But at the end of the day, it fuels whatever sensationalism the people wanted to push. It fuels it up. Whether you like it or not. Whether you came to praise it or express your disappointment. The video is going. I'm sure even out of this, somebody who probably is seeing this for the first time would be hooked to go and say, did the guy really say he's Smoke reincarnated?
Yeah.
Then let me go and find the full video and watch the full display.
Creativity, a lot of people lack creativity. Obey Killa the okopino. Obey Killa sa. Or switch switch because you need different idea be a person way. So you always be in the shadows. And a year who so that. Because you're in the shadows, they're all in a woo be.
Because you're sure they're not, you say we are not, they say back.
We will never come to you. We want to go to the original source because we know where it is coming from. You get a couple of people say, oh, what do you want? But they know who is the true owner of what you are doing. And that is one thing I have with this generation. Like, they don't want to stand out.
Say, uye no free honoma. They are kanina okay, inspiration.
Obiya inspired.
Obiya inspired. But then they are original ones. So for me, I would advise the other guys, like the ones that
are being inspired.
The inspirees. To also up their game. Because if you don't take care and you always want to go by somebody's works before you can also produce yours, mind you, you can't be like the original. That is why the originals will always be ahead. So it is better after doing one or two to find your feet, you are also able to find a niche for yourself.
Okay.
That is the only way you can stay relevant. Else, you see Asafo Paris, like you mentioned, he's been evolving year in, year out, like time in, time, day in, day out. He does this one.
He was even referee calling.
Yes, he does this one for some time and he realizes, Charlie, my exhaustive way, he switches. So if somebody also wants to say, oh, so assuming if there were people who were also inspired by the time he was doing referee calling and one no tabao nine left and then one
Benjamin Soa.
Na obewie na amount for so copy sa time na. Sa time we ja ho. You see as our content no. Oh yeah, now you are doing it and people are giving you attention because his is still driving that particular trend. Ne dey na driving. Yeah. In a say one pay bibi amount or you are not able to find a niche for yourself. Now kaso anyway the metal and say bodia otu an me team otu an esisi ade Killa Ntua na ekọ Killa Ntua na ekọ Killa Ntua na ekọ before you realize no wasesa and the Killa betua the entire America say nipa no referring to another person be na term is because what you are referring to say a case no in their laws it is not a case.
Yeah.
You gave another example of Osi Osofu bi oba man for you omobra. See, the system itself, which is the app that you are talking about, has its own rules and regulations that are even tighter than some of the laws that will come and apprehend you. See, on that same platform, there are certain words, even on this YouTube, there are certain words that you cannot don't even mention it in any context.
Yeah.
Even if you have the brightest of context.
You either use it to be shadow banned or sometimes you are even blocked.
You will be taken off.
Because we were in this country and then we saw the United States of America call the CEO of TikTok for questioning. Because they wanted to put better measures in place, not just for the country, but also for the citizens.
In fact, they even blocked it for some hours or days.
Good. So as a country, a developing country, we've not gotten there yet. These are some of the things we can start with. Because TikTok has a lot of educative features.
Yeah.
TikTok has introduced the STEM side of TikTok, where you go, they are showing mathematics, science, a lot of things.
I see. I never knew.
For FYP. FYP of what will be a word that 2 acres.
FYP, but even with the FYP, it is the kind of things you watch for a very long time. That is what the algorithm no can want them no. A idea wash and the algorithm no, it push him out. Like idea algorithm will say, you stayed on this thing for 5 minutes or let's say 30 seconds. You've liked it. Okay, it means that you like things like this.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
I hear tomorrow we will start making noise in Accra. What it means is that the ban on driving is over. We can now make noise. Accra has been quiet for too long. And when Accra becomes quiet like that, you know what happens? Many people stay at home, and the more they stay at home, many people get pregnant. I think last week somewhere we were in a nightclub. Though the people said no noise in the nightclub, I said, you needed to come and feel the noise in the club. Oh my world. Well, so now that the ban has been lifted and that we can drum and make noise, them dead. Now, in all this, some things are also happening that we need to be talking about. Reason today, Showbiz Daily is on, and the gentlemen are seated. Roland Amate at his usual position, ready to fire. And of course, man like OK Joseph is also back on the seat from One Play Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, you can also share your opinion on the issues on board. Remember, Theophilus Digosh, there's that, as well as Sam Tuga, they are behind the scenes, making sure they give you all the apport that you need to watch. Now, let's move on to story number 1. MC Yeboah is firing. Do you know MC Yeboah? MC Yeboah at the moment hosts Entertainment Review on Peace FM, and she's one of the regular pundits on UTV's United Showbiz. She is saying something. I have been watching the video and been listening to the things that she said in the video. One part of me is saying, Yeboah, The fact that you don't say some of the things you say, it's noisier than some of what the guys are saying. Because I can see Yeboah on United Showbiz firing some unnecessary firing at some people. And someone is also sitting at her somewhere saying the things she wants, and you think, oh no, dear, you have kind of to bad now. Hey, do you know the emotional torture you caused? Hey, yes, well, I shouldn't be involved in this, but let's take our time. Let's go listen to what she said. I think she said it while she was hosting her entertainment review program on Peace FM. When I come back, I open it up with open mind. We will try to dissect. We will try to understand what Yeboah was saying. Stay tuned.
This is what is going on social media. And then TikTok here we are speaking about regulations. Yeah, ma. If phone no be a TikToker, algorithm no a be able to be nemo. So you as a parent to say be who ni wanna watch your phone at all. Now oba afa phone. Now oko be a TikToker. The child is exposed to all these things. Yeah. We allow we allow all these things on our social media. And you see, to find these people and yet say you be who sank for when it sebi etie for money ma enkwasi asem no mu di no social media no enye di yo e bi mu sebi to me be social media ne so having live sex emma oni po hosti busa say sebi onwu aba ma me hwe nsuo ni na wo social media ne so everything is there, and we sit here and we say that there are laws to protect this thing, but for whatever reason we cannot enforce these laws. Are we jokers? Sebio, then why do we sit down to enact these laws? Why do we have them in existence? See, a bet now on Sebi, we cannot regulate just this small aspect of your social media or Bronino no this side any buy or no chromo watch only boy TikTok or China ni Singaporean or no chrome crash now say me chrome hanome algorithm no my programming in such a way say sebio and kwasi asem ma sebi all report story mpo na story now will reporting a news no involves gun killing, rape, and all these things. So, Krana, oh my, your algorithm in such a way when you talk about these things, you know, I bet flagging it down. O broninya sandi nim diemono. Oni muse sandi man o jemwa nipa bede ebe abusing. It's what the mra at home. Na bibini yadi aba ukrom. Na wo would you operate here? Who was some level of power? Bia, ubete say be fit into woo society no. There be no there then we say we have laws and yet to cut me share ko be oye djuma cyber crime unit ko share na mka say minimum issue say ni na mde to oh what you are saying is right, you are saying the right thing, but you see I'm not in charge of that, let me give you a contact that, so that means they know it's happening, they are aware, and the guy tells me that there are things that they can actually do to, you know, curb these things, or better still go after these people. But look at what is happening. So,
well, guys, you are welcome officially.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to believe you've watched this Yeboah video.
Yeah.
What she's saying and what you think about it.
Before we go into the story, I want to say a big thank you to Guy Tins.
Oh, that guy there.
Yeah, Guy Tins.
Isn't that the guy who was giving close to what's that musician's name? Sugar Lord.
Of course, yeah, it's the same guy.
Oh.
So I did know Guy Tins carry plenty clothes.
Wow.
He can get
Oh, we know him wow.
Yeah.
We know him wow.
Guy is our guy.
Yeah.
So Charlie, guys, if you want like designer wears,
yeah,
he's the guy.
Yeah. No, he's the guy. That's the for real. Me, I know him,
yeah,
so I can really certify this advertisement.
Yeah. Better than approved.
Yeah, better than approved. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So now let's come back to the conversation. MCI Yeboah was trying to raise. I think I sat on this same platform.
Okay.
And I said that Ghana, our socials, like our social media handle, has to be like properly checked because of the kind of things people put there and the kind of things that happen there, and even the age range of people we even have there and what they do there.
Okay.
Because a place like TikTok, TikTok is
Sexy by this place.
what's that guy, what's his name? Mungo Ideas. I say Twitter is a different world.
Aye.
TikTok is a different planet. Like if you get on TikTok, there are good sides, but the other side, the things you see is so bad. Like you wouldn't want to see them.
I see.
You wouldn't want to see them. And so I feel like the systems need to be checked.
Okay.
Like it should be properly checked, because some of the things that go on these platforms, they are bad, and I don't blame them, because recently we've had people curse people and put it on social media.
Yeah.
And we want to find elderly people to advise these young ones and say that it's no good. But where it started from, it started from the elderly people, especially those in the diaspora.
Okay.
Yeboah diane dia betu social media.
Of course, na.
They come receive your body.
They come receive their bonus.
Tigari.
So all these things have gotten us to where we are today. But I feel like we can make our social media a better place, and also not just entertain ourselves, but also to educate us. Because she cited an example that Nipa no ye social media no or ye Singaporean, right? Or say ono ankasa nemba. TikTok, sorry. Ono ankasa nemba. Omu ni TikTok to a particular age, and so many access to TikTok.
Okay.
Oko China, omu regulations say a particular age ranger, you can't. So why can't we as a country, a developing country for that matter, say let's put structures in place? Because see, the things that are happening, it is not right now that we are looking at the effects in the future.
Fact, the impact
it is going to have. So right now that we have social media, which is a very good thing, let's put measures in place that is going to not just benefit the country, but then the citizens of the country.
Okay.
Because we were in this country, and then we saw the United States of America call the CEO of TikTok for questioning. Because they wanted to put better measures in place, not just for the country, but also for the citizens.
In fact, they even blocked it for some hours or days.
Good. So as a country, a developing country, we've not gotten there yet. These are some of the things we can start with. Because TikTok has a lot of educative features.
Yeah.
TikTok has introduced the STEM side of TikTok, where you go, they are showing mathematics, science, a lot of things.
I see. I never knew.
For FYP of what will be a word 2 acres.
FYP nini na yeshebi. But even with the FYP, it is the kind of things you watch for a very long time. That is what the algorithm no can want them no. A idea washe and the algorithm no e push him out. Like idea algorithm will say, you stayed on this thing for 5 minutes, or let's say 30 seconds. You've liked it. Okay, it means that you like things like this. So the algorithm brings them back to you. Me, I'm sure that some of the things people see on TikTok, me who be you. Like honestly, me who be. The minimum no ye obasi.
Honestly, why?
Hey, Obasi.
Hey. Today for who?
Today for who? Nebo also the $3.
The obrich, you know. I'm say Monaguchi as anybody knows.
If you're also the sound.
You understand? So I feel say yes. The amount for your social media, no. Sometimes it is for the entertainment purposes and other things, but let's regulate it well. Like let's regulate it well because you was so fubi. Open the TikTok live, ube drown. I don't know if you've
the other Chemo
Adam.
Who yes, very who he was. Yes, that's what I've heard.
Ube drown, ube you.
Chemo mentioned him to me.
Ube you bra. Like you go naked
So
on his life.
So
And these things are things happening in our system. So why can't we just say we are regulating the system better? Because in any way there is nowhere in the world how you say something like that is a good thing. It is never a good thing, especially in a country where we don't even have regulations as to who can get on social media at what age because akola 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8, 9, 10 crowd on social media. So why can't we put the system in a way to show we are within a particular age range?
You don't qualify to be here.
Even if you qualify, even if we give you access to be there are some things you can be exposed to. Because at that age, you cannot be exposed to everything. So let us put measures in place. Let's make sure, systems are helping us as a developing country. Because yes, in developing, we are helping develop everything until we become developed and we say, this is our system.
Exactly.
At this point, we are developing so we can, we can judge all. And then yes, so you need to done. Okay, let's go this direction. No direction we are far. Let's come back. Let's do this. Then we make sure that we are having a holistic system for the country.
Fact.
But as it stands now, your social media need it will be more boom, and it be more so dear.
Wow, Ro, thank you. Okay, Ro, take over from there. Let me see what you add.
Since they've lifted the ban, or the ban will be lifted any moment from now, on the 14th of June, at the Zen Gardens, we are having Laugh With That.
And next week, Saturday.
Just this Saturday, not next week. Just this Saturday, just this Saturday, at Zen Gardens Cantonment, we are having Laugh With That. A comedy and music special to celebrate fathers. Yes, Mother's Day, this is the time to celebrate our fathers as well. And we are creating that beautiful experience. So people can also check out online and buy tickets as well.
Yes, we are all coming. I think it is a show produced by Lexi the Comic,
Lexi the Comic and powered by VV Rice,
All right, we are coming.
VV Rice. VV Rice.
My father's pay. So if you are not a father,
I'm a potential father.
You are not looking for your potency. You are not looking for your potency. Okay, Roy Uncle.
We want to control something we did not create. You see, since we are, I like the fact that you placed emphasis on the fact that we are a developing country. Therefore, there are so many things that are going against us, including not having control over it. And one of the biggest of the problems in this whole conversation is education. And unfortunately, MCI Yeboah did not. She missed it. Even in her advocacy. Unfortunately, she missed it. You see the example that she gave, so Oshia will be a cyber crime unit. Nanipan, so it is not his duty, but he can refer. No, nipa no person be din atem. Me kind of crash.
Also,
Person be din atem. So nyan same who no can.
Hey.
Yes, you see, the cybercrime unit is there for anything that they spot that is criminal
Yeah.
on the World Wide Web. If they spot it and they see what you are doing is criminal, they will come for you.
exactly.
We are in this country where people have posted their nudes or other people's leaks and stuff, and the police service have gone for them.
Yeah.
A typical example, Ekuapin Polo suffered that. Even innocently, when she went to post her own picture, when she was celebrating on the birthday, we said,
Yeah.
no post here. She suffered for it.
You're
So
right.
let's not be ignorant and think that, oh, the people, they are there, they are not seeing
And
what
nothing
is
is happening.
They are
and
not
that-
working.
They are not,
They
no,
are working,
like
Papa.
nothing is going on, or they don't know how to enforce the laws. No. The entire America said nipa not referring to another person or person being at them is because what you are referring to say a case, no. In their laws, it is
Any
not a
case.
case.
Yeah. In your case.
You gave another example of Osi Osofubi or Ba man for you or Mubra. See, the system itself, which is the app that you are talking about, has its own rules and regulations that are even tighter than some of the laws that will come and apprehend you. See, on that same platform, there are certain words, even on this YouTube, there are certain words
cannot
that
use.
you cannot don't even mention it in any context.
Yeah.
Even if you have the brightest of
You
context,
either use it to be shadow banned or
Exactly.
sometimes you are even blocked.
you will be taken off.
Yeah.
You understand? So you should understand that people who go that tangent know how they go about it. And they do it in such a way that they don't break the rules and regulation of that.
They follow community guidelines.
Exactly.
Guidelines.
And another thing that we also seem to forget that the social media is also created as a reflection of who we are as individuals. If you are educated and if you want to use social media right, you use it right.
Yeah.
And again, I will refer to one example that you made, which is said, "Nia maybe we want my man for because of more social media." Exactly. I have taken somebody's TikTok account and scrolled like 10. Me who tomba kuse.
Kai. Kai.
Me who kuse.
Kai.
So at the point I was wondering, say,
No,
why are we using two different apps, but with the same name and logo?
Yeah.
You see, the kind of content
You watch.
Why
you your own when you watch you see that. Oh my word.
the kind of content that you watch,
consume.
Yeah.
Last time I heard Nana Romeo also making a similar advocacy, saying that the X app, should be what
Hey.
ban or whatever.
X.
Yes. Now
X.
they can say, hey, you see, you are just advertising what you are doing, what you've been doing on your social media app. That's what he's
That's
talking
what he's been watching.
Exactly. What you focus on more
Yeah.
is what the system gives to you. And again, I will come back to education here and say that, unfortunately, so many people, even though are educated, are very, like, the illiteracy rate when it comes to the social media is high.
Educated ignoramus.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the word.
See, there are parents who create apps or who download apps for their children. You see the gadgets that we hold, it has age limitations. So
Yeah.
even beyond the social media apps on the phones,
Yeah.
the phone itself has age limitations.
My Samsung, for instance.
Of which, if I buy a phone for my child or what, I can control it from my phone.
Yeah.
The age limits and stuff. But because some people are not educated, they open it, sign up. What is your age? 18 years. And they give it to their child.
Yeah.
How do you go and blame the authorities for that? And we want to create regulations we are advocating for us creating regulations. For who? Today for you. Yeah.
My favorite Obesi.
The app that you did not create. The app that you have zero control over. The app that they even tell you the kind of features that your people would have access to. You want to go and control. Obeble papa. And again, your relationship and your dependency on them and what they are bringing. Your dependency, your lifeline is almost on it. And you want to go and regulate to them. See, the likes of America and China can have that banter. But see us, we should go and sleep.
We can't.
Share.
We don't have the bargaining
You
chip.
see, when Shagzy was created, whenever we are making reference to this, comparing it to other platforms, and we want to tell people that, okay, this was created with you in mind. Some people miss it. Some people miss the whole idea. At the end of the day, whichever jurisdiction the thing is created, and the research or the base of it is
Supports them.
supports that particular jurisdiction.
Yeah. the
So
system,
even if it is given to you to use some, know that you are going to use it according to their rules. That is why on the social media apps, there are certain words that you can say and they will ban you or shadow ban you. But as a son the ban you, algorithm no.
On Tichi.
Antics.
and treat me bitino.
It would be beating simple. Metimi aka tuo, metimi aka kum, metimi aka
Akwabi, I'll cast sex tape. Was it trust tape?
testing. Exactly.
Trust tape.
Exactly.
Was it be trust tape?
Hey.
Obi trust
You
tape
see?
on you.
So it was created for that jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So until we are ready and able and capable of doing our own, in fact, we have zero control. The only thing we have control over is to educate ourselves. See, TikTok, China has WeChat, Kill, another form of social media platforms. So when you enter there, or WhatsApp, light off,
Dubai too same.
it's gone. Because they have their own. Oh yeah, they are download it.
Yeah.
You have no other choice. Because they have the resources to back that decision. You think if America didn't have the resources to back their decision, come to me as a TikTok minute. Look at how wide TikTok was growing. Look at the number of people, the subscriber base of TikTok. Yet America was able to hold them to ransom. It is no joke. And we are rather depending on them. See, the mere fact that we can't even advocate for certain features on our social media platform self even tells us that we don't even have a case. Because Facebook na use one. Obi kita sa Facebook na bi America. By features no one.
Unibi.
Mini bi.
And then more day, no.
TikTok. Now people are in Ghana, in Nigeria, and are creating TikTok with UK accounts. You know the reason why? Because the features that you are going to get on there, you will not get it here.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, as for MCI, Yeboah, and the advocacy for the authorities should do this, the laws there, they are there. You see the Osofo that you are talking about, he has not flaunted any laws. And if he does, the system itself will take him off even before the authorities will come for him.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we should also understand that since it is a reflection of our behavior, we can't also put certain restrictions according to our belief.
What people are doing are the things that they are showing online.
Exactly. And it is one of the reasons why Elon Musk, after purchasing X,
Twitter,
decided to open it up. First, there were restrictions on Twitter. There were certain things you couldn't post, like what they are complaining about, chest tape. You can't post chest tape on. You couldn't post chest tape on Twitter. But now, the same way, people make all sorts of statements that you can't even type the first 3 letters of it on Facebook. Oh boy, even you. You understand?
Yeah,
So we should know that we should know the kind of control we have and know the authority that we can only educate ourselves. Else, you see, oh, don't forget it, we can't do anything. Let's go sleep.
Well, so I also want to add that sometimes you may think what the people are doing is causing harm than even some of the things other people who think they are pros. Oh, to us, we are saying it right. What you are saying about the other person, do you know what the person is also going through? Sometimes the trauma we put people through in the name of our submissions on radio and TV. Well, whilst I was watching MC Yeboah speak, I said, well, today she thinks that is the only harm that this can cause.
Yeah.
But there are some family members, there are friends, there are loved ones of some people that sometimes we speak bitterly about them. Those people, do you know what they go through? When they also watch the video, they also go like, in terms of yes. Shatta's been saying this every day.
Of course.
He's been saying this every day. Where he even called Muhammad that Muhammad should come and sanitize the media.
Yes.
And
people did not understand because they would think that, and I make us say, well, hey, what you believe is what you think they should do. It is a Kobia Kasa, I didn't believe it, but Kobia Kasa.
Yeah.
And Kobia Kasa.
Well, I have some 2 exhibits here that I would want you to watch. One is from Asafo Powers, rather. I was mentioning the original name. Asafo Powers, as he calls himself, aka Killa. That gentleman has been able to always change the characters around him, and his relevance keeps soaring. As a matter of fact, those who really knew him, they did not know him by the name Killa by now. They know him to be some footballer's name.
Yeah.
And he came to the Asafo Powers and he started doing Taba left. Taba left. He has been revolutionizing himself all the time. Today, what he is doing has become so attractive. I've seen a gentleman who is also doing something similar. And when I watched the gentleman, I said, oh, so how am I going to call this one? Am I going to say he has been inspired by what Akowa is doing? Or it is theft, as in idea or concept theft? Which one? I became confused. Then I said, well, board of directors are here. If you cannot say it alone, allow other people to also say some. So I brought it on board for today's discussion. First, we would watch a content from Asafo Powers, aka Killa. Then after, you go watch a content from the gentleman. I'm not too sure of his location. He has not been out there like that for us to know much about him. But he's also doing it. Exactly what Asafo Powers is doing. And I'm asking, how should we call this as creative people? Should we call it an inspiration? Or we should call it idea or content theft? Let's go watch this. When I come back, we will start talking. Stay tuned.
You be a technical. So no me for 1, 2, 3. Mr. Ampra, utimo sumpa o eja for him say. O say you to stimity. Wano dojo. Wadoji ekiki keke. Why? Hey Topo. Topo, the other ya.
Sakura mame.
Tompo.
Saying.
Nyame ado me ho ye.
Good. Me pedan.
You see the deni. Yeboah say.
Good.
Yeboah.
Me pe chimbe ho.
Ya man sa de
mo no. Me Ntua.
Tompo.
Listen me jada. Good. Good. Enti kwa cheme dano na me kwa relax. Why? Good. Edani ni kwa yiki.
Maka to say dano ya man sa lock puno na bro won lock no.
Sakura mame. Don't make me panic.
The kina mo oni wo.
The oye no person me you. Dabi.
Dabi.
The oye abrewa esen. Ade oye na ye. Oh, Mammy Dandy, my brother, so the Mammy Dandy. Mammy Kino.
Kini you, I get away, I'm answer.
Hey, give me that.
Well, Ro, come through with this one. How do we describe this?
Well, it is. I would if you want to call it content theft. I would want to call this inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yes. You see, it is because when you check the way most of these contents are created, hardly do you get very, very unique ones.
Yeah.
Yes, you may probably chance on one or two that you may think it is unique. But when you follow for a long time, you realize that it is probably an adaptation of a different story elsewhere.
Of someone's works.
Of someone's work. So you can call this the other guy probably doing the same thing as Asafo Power's own as content theft. But if care is not taken, over Asafo Power is the enemy, so then so connection is so baby.
As a confirm, we are confirmed.
Exactly. And that is one thing that I have observed very much. But then, some people are also able to take inspiration from others and they are able to produce better ones. Like they are able to do it better, if that is how I should put it. Because some people are able to take inspirations from others and reproduce it like on a different level. But on our side, copywriting some of these works has always been one of our challenges. So it will be very difficult for you to also go and hold the person and say content theft. It will only be based on moral grounds.
I see.
Yes, it will only what the one number oh okay way of OCR way or copy way. That's all. That is where it will end. That is where it will end. And aside that, if that is not the case, any you may be say uye no free honoma they are kanina okay inspiration okoko
Obia inspired.
Obia inspired. But then they are original ones. So for me, I will advise the other guys, like the ones that
Are being inspired.
The inspirees, to also up their game. Because if you don't take care and you always want to go by somebody's works before you can also produce yours, mind you, you can't be like the original. That is why the originals will always be ahead. So it is better after doing one or two to find your feet, you are also able to find a niche for yourself.
Okay.
That is the only way you can stay relevant. Else, you see Asafo Powers, like you mentioned, he's been evolving year in, year out, like time in, time, day in, day out. He does this one.
He was even referee calling.
Yes, he does this one for some time and he realizes, Charlie, my exhaustive way, he switches. So if somebody also wants to say, oh, so assuming if there were people who were also inspired by the time he was doing referee calling and no tabao nine left and then one
Benjamin Soa.
Na obewie na amafo so copy sa time na. Sa time we ja ho. You see as our content no oya emfa biemu. Now you are doing it and people are giving you attention because his is still driving that particular trend. Ne dey na driving.
Yeah.
It is a one pay bibi amount or you are not able to find a niche for yourself. Now kaso anyway dey metal and say bodua otu ani metim otu ani asisi ade Killa Ntua na ekọ before you realize no wasesa and the Killa betua and you may find yourself wanting and one shey ya wo the end the best start. So that will be the only message I will have for the people who are taking inspiration from me. I will not call them tips. I will not call it content theft because people take inspirations from others and sometimes their versions are
but they are doing almost the same thing.
Yes,
inspiration is doing the same thing.
Yes, you can do the same thing by people, but people know the original. People would know the original.
So
And
that's
me,
the inspiration.
And me, I wouldn't block them so much because sometimes it is out of that some people will also be able to find the niche that they've also been looking for. Because to be one man, ohia bibi to inspire him or her to start. Ebiana onim start or best start. There are some people who don't even know how to shoot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, some people are now say obe who be able to content to kita phone.
Yes.
See obe able to content to kita phone. Now most of them mics and all those things. Unhu ni aye. See obe able to content to kita
phone. Say.
Yes. So obi o no ma onim say okay in order for him to shoot and some of shoot skate. Maybe I know here some sophisticated gadgets be afe no current camera ne wan. But these people would let them know that Charlie obetimi akam baako mienu bi abom wa ha say and you can do it. Opa try me the any be share. And the moment they try like way one into the next moment he will know that okay then my way baako mienu na see amenya audience now. Then it is better I find something that people can identify me with.
Then let me also supply them.
And also do it. And that is the only way. So yes, you can call them content theft or whatever, but people know the original. So, and since the originals are good, it is for them to also do it more and also keep evolving.
I see. Roland says it is inspiration. Me who inspiration will be. A month for that abre acapella content any of ideas about. Otna wa who say content ne pick ya so start here. Metia na mentia. Where we are. Okay. Come through.
You see, the reason why we can't even say a content theft no. Uko explain ya won. Bra obebre no.
Just in our
No crow, because the line is not so clear how you are going to explain it.
Fact.
You understand? It's going to be very difficult for you to explain and say this is content theft. But enya hankwa nesiwo. Okwa brochia your guy be friend Ray Williams.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen his content. Or criminal or reporting on criminal cases.
Okay.
Yes. Obi.
Like how we have crime check in Ghana.
Yes, so he also does the same crime stories and he says until Obi brody baby puni the pepe no so Canada.
Hey.
Like I'm a bruni bane cross aka story afa the onu create or starting contents no. We frame story, nice story. Afa ne ho.
At the BBC town.
Waka krama guy na be yina no.
Hey.
Or say guy ni ene papa.
Hey.
And a guy na abandon no. And a guy na ko worry about just a waka bibia.
So raga and come no sell.
So this brings us to the conversation. Say authenticity always stands out. It will always stand out. If you're authentic, you always stand out. Who was for powers as me ayeke? Left na and the rap Black Star Camp.
Yeah.
And the Giska. And footballers in Germany. I started using the star no every year celebration.
Yes.
And the poem. Almost a lot of people were familiarizing with what he was doing. No? And then he switched. And within the short period he has switched about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
This is creativity.
No, was she deal with them? And ODP.
And ODP. So, yeah, the emphasis say, or you be style, on your inspiration, if you be honum. And ODP. He has proven to where say, in as much as say, oh, we are obi style, no, the buy, you know, he's creative.
I see.
Creativity, a lot of people lack creativity. Obey killing the okopino. Obey killing sa. Or switch ya, mean switch because you need different idea be opesa way. So you always be in the shadows. And a year who so that. Because you're in the shadows, they're all you know who you be.
Because you're sure they're not, and you say we are not, they say back.
We will never come to you. We want to go to the original source because we know where it is coming from. You get a couple of people say, oh, what do you want? But they know who is the true owner of what you are doing. And that is one thing I have with this generation. Like, they don't want to stand out. They don't want to prove, see, no matter what, Moka, you can come and say, this guy, he is whoever he thinks he is. It cuts across, so any contents and musicians, movies, everywhere, it cuts across. Obi kotu obi nyom se hu. Now I bet all the somewhere in cry. Now I bet you. Obi ko real obi movie idea. No assessor cast, no assessor location. No a bit charm.
Yeah, there's a big story like that in Ghana. No. One top movie producer was accused like that.
Okay. You understand? So this thing goes beyond, say, a inspiration. It comes to how creative our people are. A few people are standing out to say, Charlie, this thing we can prove to you. Say, and yes, opportunity we know what we are about.
Okay.
So you always be in their shadows. Let's hear from the music scene. There was a time Nasa Kodi raining.
Yeah.
He was doing like the rap. He was all the young boys wanted to do tongue twisting. So they were all in his shadows. You can never beat the leader to his game.
Never.
Never. So you want to do his style, find your own way of doing his style. It took a few people to come and do what he's doing in a different way. And he said, oh, Charlie, these boys, they are good. And not the choir trumpets. And not gather those boys and I say, they are doing what I'm doing. Okay. But in their own way. And not their motto out. So yes, you can see you cannot get inspiration from somebody. But just like Roland said, find your own niche. Where you think, say,
you fit in.
You fit in. You can steal somebody's idea and come out with it. Once you are getting the audience, find your space. Now move into your space. Create that value and authenticity for yourself. Let people know how authentic you are. Prove to them, say, it wasn't by somebody's shadows.
Before you blew.
Before I blew. Yes, I tapped into his audience, but see, I am very good at this thing.
Okay.
Because there was a time where our musicians, everybody had to prove a point. Say, this mantle, when given to us, we can hold it. Sarkodie was trying to prove a point. Edem came in with the Ibe style. He was doing everything to prove, say, see, enya Ibe rap no minim yeah. You understand? All because there were the Okraton, David Dems, those guys were there.
There was a guy who even had some name. I'll remember the name and tell you. He was also one of the fast rappers.
You see?
Oh.
Yeah.
The honest yeah.
There's some guy like that.
Secure.
Secure.
Hey, you know Secure?
Yeah, I know Secure.
Secure.
You see?
500 kilometers per minute.
That is why these guys, Sarkodie, Shatawale, Stoneboy, Samini, all these big names, they can perform on a stage for 1 hour, 2 hours. They can kill sound, they can kill beats, and say we are doing freestyle. Because at no Kasahari levels, Uncle Jinemwa, back to back, blow to blow,
pound to pound.
You understand? That was their period of proving, say, Charlie, I am who I am. So these guys, you want to steal from somebody, you want to learn from somebody, you need to prove yourself. You need to prove, sir, this game, I can do it. I can be better than who you think I am following his steps.
Oh, okay.
You have to be creative. Like, create something. Sit down, think, create. And the thing say this content creation and some microphone, na micro says I say no more. Not all my content. It goes beyond that.
Yes.
Creativity is one of the most difficult things you can do in this world. And I roll and Yeboah.
Of course.
How
How to do it in a way for the other person to like
it.
This as for power, I say a boy in same manner. See, the guy has been able to get everybody's attention from every idea he has brought out.
Even to Parliament.
Jonathan Soa, one of the names that he played with some time ago.
Yeah.
Parliament,
Killa. So we're proving a point. See, and you probably didn't the account. You need to make us say this guy, he has done it. What are people going to say about you? Have you done it? Or you are living in the shadows of somebody? So all these guys should check. Me pacho say content creation enya what they are.
Enya by force.
Enya by force.
You can't tell us that.
Copy the obi to my ye. Men could real be there. And my member, my role and the Juma want me explain content theft because you can see you explain here.
You read that.
You read that.
You bet you be a.
You read that. And one warning. Where the Obi movie about in a TV station be.
Oh, straw.
Movie.
I hear they've released some statement.
Hey.
No, the TV station that was accused.
That's what.
If you guys are interested, because you guys have brought it up, let me see.
That's what.
That's what.
That they have.
Minim the more patch about them. I'm going to who the
omo can the yenti.
That man is kind of fun.
Let me read what they are saying. They are saying that that is Antics Media Limited, June 11th, and they are saying press release apology for use of unauthorized content. We sincerely apologize for the unauthorized use of copyrighted content straw that was recently broadcast on our channel for about 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Light TV.
The inclusion of this material was unintentional and occurred due to an oversight from our MCR personnel. We deeply respect the rights of content creators and copyright holders. We have taken immediate steps and hoping to ensure this does not happen again. We are actively reviewing our editorial procedures and we are committed to upholding the highest standards of compliance and respect for intellectual property. We apologize to the right holders and our viewers for any confusion or concern this may have caused. Thank you. And it's coming from Collins Amopoku, who is the CEO of Antics Media, aka Fache TV.
You see, this one, I can tell you they are lying. They are from
why are you so sure they are lying?
Press release nimpom they buy nimpom throw omi to say it was unintentional, it was an oversight. Into MCR MOOQ program for the public. You don't review. I know MCR honum obi akoda.
I'm so many to do.
So they brought a statement like this.
Yeah, they released this statement.
You see,
my blow.
And your monk, Light TV.
It's your channel where you trust paper.
In Sway.
A mistake. A mistake.
Well, they did not say anything substantial. I mean, the apology Chemobeka just said is bogus.
It's bogus.
And for you to come and explain it was 15 minutes, Charlie. Forget what is 15 minutes. Which one is 15 minutes?
Roland.
Which one is 15 minutes? And to think of the fact that this is not the first time you are doing itself makes it laughable.
Yeah.
This is not the first time.
They have been accused or they've been
doing
the same thing before.
Exactly. So which one is this one being an oversight? Say what share that okay, we
should I use 15 minutes?
We be sa, but we the one share that say we are. Na all corner tally on sa. And I see the top. It's your craft ever share on sa and share on sa and channel to.
We share down so you need 15 minutes.
Charlie.
Okay. Well, let's do the very last topic so we can run away from here. And this is also media related. Today it looks like most of our topics are about us. We are doing home cleaning to make sure we are looking good. Now, there is a lady that Roland has been enjoying her content online. She lives in London. Her name is Ohima Asante. Ohima Asante has also been observing or peeping into the industry here in Ghana. And she does it so well. All the time when things are going the way she does not like, she does not hide her feelings. She comes out to talk about it vehemently. Today, one that she has put out has to do with some young boy who has actually sprung up from a platform, I think Lawson TV in Kumasi. And he says he is the Pop Smoke reincarnated. If you watch this gentleman, he's been rapping like with accents. He's not just rapping, no, he's been rapping with accent because he's Pop Smoke reincarnated. Then Ohima Asante saw this video or saw this young guy doing his thing. And Ohima vexed. Ohima says, Ghana media. What is wrong with you people? There are talented people around who need platforms to shine. You guys are not giving them any platform. Even when they come to you that, oh, we have this, we want a sport to be seen, you guys would demand money from them. You would want them to pay hard-earned cash before they'll be given such sports. But to give it to a certain guy calling himself Pop Smoke reincarnated, and the guy is doing gibberish and rubbish on the airwaves, Ohima is not happy. Chemo, who is not well, saw the video from Ohima and said, Ohima, is everything okay? Sure, don't they abroad and just be talking anyhow. The people are doing what will give them eyeballs. The people are doing what will sell for them. So you cannot tell them what they should do. In fact, your tone, you did not even come begging, like appeal to their conscience that, oh, okay, please, so when you do Pop Smoke small, then you come and do the boy who needs a platform small. No, rather, you are actually imploring on them, like you are giving them pressure. They shouldn't do it. And that you are even showing your disappointment or talking about your disappointment. Chemo says, Ohima, you don't have a point. Allow them to do what they are doing as much as that is what they are surviving on. Allow them to function. And this has been on my table for some time. So I want you to go listen to Ohima Asante talking. Obviously, she brought in some antics from Pop Smoke Jr. And you guys would do the judgment yourselves. Is Ohima having a case? Is Chemo having a case? Let's do this. I'll be back.
This is why I have a massive problem with the Ghana media outlets. They will give attention, time, and effort to people like this.
Very poor. She let away out. Look, how the fuck could you play me sure and they take bad? We're Brooklyn. Nigga. What? Creeper.
Hey. You are saying, hey. I'm not sure, man. Tobacco crowd.
Yet, there are upcoming artists who are begging, pleading, scrambling for attention. I'm sure they would have to pay. It would have to be money. It would have to be some level of connection. Yet, the radio stations would give the time and effort and waste consumer time. What is this? What is it? You're not Pop Smoke. You could never be. So if you're not going to come into the music scene and be serious, park aside so that the people that are serious have the talent, but they just don't have the capital, can be given some opportunity for investment. This is outdated, it's gimmicky, and it is boring. This is why Ghana media will forever be bottom of the barrel for people like myself. I don't take it serious because you don't even take yourself serious. We want that polishing to happen so that the music industry can be looked at as a serious entity. The bare minimum is a struggle. The bare minimum
It's tiring. If you lot don't start taking yourself serious, some of us won't.
Well, Ro, take over, and I know you like Ohima so much. Yeah, Roland has been enjoying Ohima's content.
Share video now. Can say, hey, you see, hey.
That's what they do for you.
You see, I'm sure if the TV station sees Ohima Asante's video, they will be clapping for themselves for a good job done. Fortunately for them and unfortunately for Ohima Asante, the station has gotten what they want.
That's what they were looking for.
That's what they were looking for.
Someone to talk about them.
Bottom line.
So,
everywhere that this particular video will be played, they will feature their materials, name and everything. Boy, Baya.
And that's what they wanted.
That's what they want.
That's the trap.
It is mileage. And the mileage to them means business. Unfortunately, that is why I will agree with Chemo. Yes, you may not like somebody's way of doing business. But also understand that if the person is benefiting, you can only appeal to the person. It is one of the things that makes even corruption very, very difficult. That's why somebody will tell you that corruption is only bad if I am not involved.
If you are not benefiting from
If I am not benefiting. But if I'm benefiting,
it no be corruption.
it is not corruption. It is not even corruption in the first place.
It is good luck.
Exactly. And
Or God's grace
and hard
or
work.
having connections.
Yes.
Or it means you are smart.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
So, you see, and to think, even if you want to turn this whole thing, you see Ohima Asante, the content that she created on this, she could have also given it to another person who was upcoming.
Oh my world.
But she also came to reiterate. Yes, she talked about it, expressed disappointment. But at the end of the day, it fuels whatever sensationalism the people wanted to push. It fuels it up. Whether you like it or not. Whether you came to praise it or express your disappointment. The video is going. I'm sure even out of this, somebody who probably is seeing this for the first time would be hooked to go and say, did the guy really say he's smoke reincarnated?
Yeah.
Then let me go and find the full video and watch the full display. And they will, the probability that they will go and do it is there. So at the end of the day, you've also helped them. That's what I'm saying. If the managers of the station sees this video, they can even clap and say, hey, inyom.
You trap nachi bela.
And you see,
Bela
yes, you can express your disappointment, like I said. You can express your disappointment in the way somebody is doing their business. But at the end of the day, if it is what they see that will benefit them, you can only appeal to them. You can't force them. Because if they are not in business, you are not affected. You move on to the next person that is relevant.
That's true.
If they are not in business or if they are not relevant, you will not have any form of conversation on them. So they are also doing something that will keep them relevant. And again, let's also understand that what we may see as content or as important, sometimes it is baller in the eyes of somebody. And this particular situation is a typical case study. What the station is seeing as important that is going to give them mileage in the business, Ohima Asante sees it as baller. And vice versa. You may think that, posting this person, posting that person, posting this, posting that, yes, I'm doing something. Somebody somewhere too is seeing it as, hey, you are joking. Are you the one to save Ghana music industry? And you see, the station was not built for Ghana music industry.
The owner's interest.
Exactly.
Which is money.
And
maybe their personal gains.
So what they see fit, just like you wake up and you also have interest, you also select the things you want to talk about. That is the same way, because out of a billion or a million musicians we have in Ghana, you select some few ones to talk about daily.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about everybody. So they will also tell you that, yes, with our plan, we have when we do politics, we have the time we do entertainment, and we have the time, we also have slot for sensationalism. Whether you like, you may not have that slot, but we do. And it is part of our plan, it is part of our vision. What will you do about it? Are you the one that pay our bills? No. You are not the one that keeps our station relevant. No. So they will also do anything within their power. And mind you, you don't see this as entertainment. You have no idea the number of people in their audience bracket that see this as entertainment. Do I like it? No, I don't like it. But they are calling me a sitting But then somebody also enjoys it. I mean, go on these social media platforms and see pages that this particular video has been posted. And go and check the numbers. The numbers is what others are seeing, not what the boy is doing. So if the boy no be so smoke Incarnated, and also both tied in here. Both tied in here that the station is giving him that prominence, and they are not giving it to another person. Why didn't you talk about the others that they've also done that to you may fall into your level of importance brackets? Then if you can't talk about that, then going hard at them in this manner will not solve anything. You can only appeal to them and even give them a better reason why doing what you think is good
will be the solution.
But when you go and tell them what they should do with their station, and I know, Stone Boy creative director, ever catch them will say you be. Can you veterinary?
I know, right?
What K came to tell you that you should have also done this and that. Okay, boss at our lady, now come back to me, they are both Stone Boy. Come here and say Gary.
Very well said, Gary.
So you see, please, you should relax and understand. I know her disappointment and where I understand where she's coming from. But that is not the way to fight this. The station there more movie. You see, in fact, when they see this one, they will even clap for themselves.
Well, okay, close the show for us.
I'll start by saying that our media houses, some are doing very well.
Okay.
When it comes to supporting creatives, some are, not all of them.
Okay.
Some names, some yet, some no, omu meeting. But we'll say that some are doing well.
Okay.
But you see, in this game, it is a sales game we are playing.
Okay.
Everybody is selling. So you determine your audience, what they like, and then you sell to them. They have realized that, see, maybe when we do the stiff shows, our audience don't enjoy it. We don't get the numbers. But when we do these ones,
Pop Smoke,
one part, Maminka hand crans, that no Obimpo nim original Pop Smoke, no. And I'm guy, so let me compare the head. Let me.
Why is the guy saying he is the reincarnated version of Pop Smoke?
So somebody now knows who the real Pop Smoke is.
But remember, I cannot tell. Odim Pop Smoke age or the way. Or no friend who reincarnated. Odim Pop Smoke age or the way. Grandfather. No, this is Pop Smoke get about.
So this is sales, and you can attest to the fact that whatever we are doing in the media space is selling.
Fact.
Every idea, every content is supposed to be sold.
Fact.
So, channel Lawson TV.
Yeah.
Their main objective for establishing the channel might not be to promote music, to promote these other things. Maybe it was to promote Lawson Herbal. But along the line,
I will say a DBB count.
I will say a DBB count because you bought your products and then so now we are sharing the same about 30 million Ghanaians. No? We are sharing with these other media houses. What in our own special way can we do to tap into their audience, to tap into their numbers? What can we also do to say that, yes, we are in the trends? That is exactly what they did. Looked for someone, brought the person in. You say you are Pop Smoke, let's do something. They did it, took the clip, put it out there. I don't even think they were thinking this will go as far as it is going. But once it is going far, Charlie Adiana Peke, let's find 2 or 3 other people like this. Let's put them on because they are selling. You might not like the way they are using to sell. That doesn't mean that the way you want them to sell will sell for them. You see, said the Mimiton in Credro. And yes, Anna, Roland Beton in Credro. Na, Ebia no mundo. Ebia Mimiton me star no beton.
I didn't tell we.
You see, so she should understand that it is sales. They are selling. They are selling the brand Lawson TV. They are selling their contents. They are selling even the people you see, the human beings, the presenters. They are selling every single thing. And this has broken through for them.
Okay.
All they have to do, capitalize on it.
And run.
You cannot teach them how to sell. Because if you want to teach them, you might be teaching them how to collapse their business. If they've been in existence for 5 years, they've not even gotten this trend.
True.
You are coming to tell us their first trend is bogus?
Sir, or your pause
would be a good trend, no?
Or your pause of one.
Among me, a mamma, as what's the name? Adazua was.
Me say, me who so bit hawk can't
need something.
Obi or your pa. Me say, me so be to no more cancer, na 7 na makumeni na ya. But antenna, but day na me yafa.
Unyashe.
To me here, to me could station in life.
No.
Well, okay, wrap up. Let's go.
You see, into yes, the omni knowest for no.
Omni what?
Knowest. Yes, Remo. If you are not in their house, you don't know the fire they've gone through to be able to get this trend. That their small editorial team and whoever they have are going to hop on it and feed on it to the last. Now everybody, look at the bigger picture. Everybody is getting to enjoy from it because maybe their show, they have sponsors. People are going to go on their YouTube channels, watch the show, and their sponsors are benefiting.
True.
Benefiting it
is corruption.
Me and sa program no makuma. Me se mpese obi de me ko honum na mko kama You understand? But that is how they are able to sell. That is what has gotten them into the market. Don't teach them how to sell. Let's wait. If they are not able to feed on it, then we can come and tell them, say, I'm going for when your trend say, then you can come and but to tell them it's wrong. No, you are wrong. What she's saying here, she's also entirely wrong.
Okay.
From head to toe. Also, the canina wrong because she's saying she's disappointed in the Ghanaian media. What? The Ghanaian media, like I said, some houses are doing so well.
Of course.
We cannot look down on all the media houses in Ghana. So she's also wrong. Everybody is doing their stuff. Allow them. If the company collapses, it's not your company.
Yeah.
It's theirs. You've not invested a peswa. It is their investments. They know what is helping them. Leave them to do what will help them.
Well, we still have some more to say, but because of time, we would put that one in the freezer. I come tomorrow to continue with this on Showbiz Daily, right here on Sammy Flex TV. Meanwhile, the media space is controlled by owners, and the owners are looking for money. So money is also controlling the owners. You get what I mean? So to sit somewhere and tell people to talk about what you want them to talk about, it's hard. That is why now everybody's now controlling their own media in their palms.
Media.
That is how everybody's controlling their own media. So if you think what they are doing, like me, I won't go and watch some people. I don't even have that time because I don't know what they are doing. What they are doing, I don't even like it. I'll surely stick to what I'm doing.
My mom will tell you, oh, TV. Na software baso na wompa mendi natem TV station in ya baako sisa ko de ope
tina bro ni remote no
they say otiantem oki kamu apeso bia tenwonka. Well, on this note, we will say thank you for spending time with us here on Sammy Flex TV Showbiz Daily. Special thank you to Roland Amate from Shagzi Shatter Movement Empire, Roland Report on YouTube and showbizchannelg.com, as well as OK Joseph. He's a presenter at One Play Africa, and of course he also joins us here as one of our pundits. Just so you know, production was done by Theophilus Bigosh. There's that, Sammy Tuga. My name is Sammy Flex. Subscribe to us and let's read your commentaries on the stories discussed so far. Your opinion, our opinion, they can come together to make meaning some way. Until then, we meet again some other time. Salute.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.